Hello, I'm not sure if anyone can see this yet. Hello Alex, how are you doing? Nice to see you. This is my first time doing this Facebook Live thing, so bear with me as I kind of get my bearings a little bit. Nice to see you, Alex. I'm going to be going through lots of the bits. Hi there. I'm going to be going through... Have you been listening, Alex? Have you been... hi Kevin. Hi Hannah. Hi Hannah, how you doing? Nice one, Alex. So today I'm going to be going through this, my first Facebook Live with the Daily Do, going over the stuff that I've been covering in the Daily Do. If you've been listening, you'll know that it's about having a sort of jump start on your day, getting in the right mindset and finding a little bit of inner peace and a bit of intention and choice in what you're then going to do during the day, and how your actions can overcome your fears, and then how that becomes a self-fulfilling and propelling series of choices, one little courageous choice after another. So hi Andrew, how you doing? I've got quite a lot of... feel free to ask me any questions. I've got I can see the little feed at the bottom of this screen. So at any point, just ask me anything you'd like to ask about the Daily Do. Anything about how I found myself passing this on, and how I've learnt to find the momentum and peace in my own life. So I've got quite a few... Hi Kevin, how you doing? Good to see you on here. So I'll give it a couple of minutes before I get into the actual process that I want to cover today, just so that we're all clear on really the doing part of this, because I know a lot of us, I certainly do myself, like listening and watching any good content on feeling better. Why wouldn't I? Like all of us, we want to feel productive and happy and at peace. So of course I like listening, I read a lot, but most importantly is the actual doing. You get a real sense... Hi Rob. You get a real sense of achievement. Hi Dave. From the actual doing it. This is the formative aspect of this. It's fundamental, is listening and everything and getting a little burst of motivation. That's fantastic. And I'm going to talk in a while about little Instagram videos that can just reset you at any point, give you that little boost. But really, it is in the doing. It's the rewiring of you when you change fundamentally at your core how you approach the day from the beginning. That's what's really the Daily Do is all about. It's about listening, but it's about doing, funnily enough. No surprises there. It is the Daily Do. That's not just the title of the podcast. It's a lot more than that. We have to actually apply ourselves to it. It's really not much. It can kind of sound like quite a lot, but it really isn't. Hi Jimmy Susan, my great old friend. Hi Jimmy, how you doing? Loving your abundance work at the moment. Just absolutely amazing. Check that out, people. James Susman's new book. Dave, hi Dave. So the fundamental aspect of this is in the doing. So a lot of people have been asking me, how did I come to this? And it's been a real culmination of a lot of things that I won't get into at the moment. But what I want to impress upon you is the importance of this morning start thing and how much it's actually affected everything. The knock-on effect of it for me has been absolutely huge, massive, from the core up. So I'm going to start with how I just jumpstart my day. So this was going from a point at which I really was in not a good place at all. Things were not good, and it was fundamentally overthinking and a culmination of a lot of stuff. But and if I had tried to think my way out of that spot, I had tried to think my way out of that spot over many years, and it always ended in inaction. It always ended in inaction, and I now know that the amount of things that I choose not to do through fear have been far, far, far more damaging to me than if I had thought, screw it, do it. So, hi Rob, how you doing? Hi Victoria, how you all doing? Sorry, I know that 1 o'clock is bang on a lot of people's lunchtimes. Victoria, you messaged me saying you would try and get here, so that's kind of you and good on you. So this start to our day is hugely dynamic. Hi Dan, how you doing? Good to see you. This start is hugely dynamic. It's not. It kind of rewires your whole way of thinking, and you don't have to do more than just do this and watch, and then look back over your shoulder in a short while and see how you have started to make different decisions. It's very, very powerful. We naturally want to see immediate results, and that's our brain and our mind overthinking again. I implore you, all you have to do... Hi Mark, how you doing? All you have to do is put these practices in place. Hi Claire, how are you? Great to see you all. So I'm going to start just with the wake up, get up thing. You know, this is... Everyone groans. Everyone groans about the wake up, get up. And funnily enough, now it's kind of my best part of the day is just... As soon as I wake up, because I'm habitually formed into this now, I just wake up and think, yes, I know that's, you know, God, if I'd heard myself say that 3 or 4 years ago, I would have not only thought that's not true, I'd have thought, yuck. You know, but actually, I do wake up. This is just a fact. It's my experiences. I wake up and think, great, and I get up very early, purely because I'm a glutton. I'm a glutton in a lot of things, and you know, being a glutton for some peace and reading and getting my head straight in the mornings, I think that's not a bad thing to be greedy about. So I get up very early. I get up about 5 o'clock, 5:30. So this is what I do. I'm going to just tell you as I do, and hopefully that will give you a little bit of clarity on what it is when you hear it on the Daily Do and you think, yeah, but in what order and stuff. The order, well, I think that there's, you know, make it your own. We all live different lives, and we've got, you know, I've got children, I get up well before the kids, and so we all have to make it our own. But when you wake up, a huge one is get up. No snooze button. There's loads of science behind that. Check out Mel Robbins talking on this. There's huge science behind this. But just get in the habit of waking up and getting up. I know it's one of those ones that everyone goes, oh, you know, I really struggle with this. You know what? Wake up. Mel Robbins uses a technique 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and as I said, go and check out Mel Robbins on this. I don't have a problem with the getting up bit. You know, it's a pleasure for me. I used to kind of come to. Now I get up and I'm really up for it. So, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as you wake up, she talks about launching a rocket out of your bed. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up. Because that, you've immediately made a choice to push forward, and just get up, splash your face so you're awake, and then we've covered all of this on the Daily Do. So anyone that's watching that hasn't listened to the Daily Do, go to the Daily Do. You'll find it on my Facebook page, or Google it, Paddy Byrne, the Daily Do, and have a listen to all of this is covered in these little 1.5 minute daily podcasts. You can subscribe there, and it's all covered. These in stages. These are all covered. So what I was about to say is make your bed. After splashing, make your bed. And another one of these kind of, I don't have time for that. Well, if you're up earlier, you do. And what it does is, it immediately is you saying to you, you commit to you saying, yeah, I'm looking after myself. I've got that. I love looking forward to knowing that my bed's made in the evening. These are tiny things, but life's made up of all these little incremental decisions. And when I was making all the incremental decisions the wrong way, don't make the bed, do be 10 minutes late, don't make the phone call, don't reply to the text message, then do this. That is a domino effect of the downward spiral. What I have found in my experience is making these little incremental changes is the upward spiral, and you want to be on the upward spiral, and without having to think too hard about other aspects in your life, things will just start to go right for you. This is, again, huge science behind this. There's lots of people that you can find easily nowadays. Google it. this. Hiya Phil, how you doing? Good to have you here. So I've just got Phil through. Hey man, so I've just got through to making your bed. It just is you saying, yeah, I'm looking after me. You know, it puts you in that place. It gives yourself a little start of, yeah. Hi Josh. Hi Cian, how are you? So you've done that, and then once you've done that, just stop. And this is, you know, Josh, nice one. This is one of these things that people think, oh, it's a bit kind of woo-woo and hippie and meditation and all this sort of stuff. Believe me, breathe. I mean, for goodness sake, breathing. It is life itself. So having a little bit of focus on some breathing in your morning just tells everything in you that the absolutely essential part of you, the essence of you, is being looked after. Of course you're going to breathe naturally, but putting a bit of focus on it centers you. I only talk, we're going to move into a little bit of longer meditative stuff later in the daily do, but at the moment it's just sitting after you've made your bed and having 8 breaths. In, out 16, blow out 15. In 14, blow out. Where was I? I'm seeing. Hi Ian, how you doing? You alright? Good to see you. So you've done your breathing, and then it's a fantastic thing to do is just to remember everything that you're grateful for. These become, you hear this gratitude thing quite a lot, and it can put people off. These words that become cliches, but they hold a lot of weight. So don't be put off by words, you know, that sometimes you go, I'd be careful for that, because I did that too much. And in fact, a little bit of acceptance and just think, well, there must be something in it. And there's a huge amount in it. So you've made your bed, you've had done some breathing, and just a genuine thought for what you're really lucky and what you love about your life. Even in the difficult times, listen, you're alive. It's extraordinary. So just have a little moment to think, thank you. And I say it out loud. I just say, thank you. Thank you. And immediately my mindset is in what's good, rather than, pull on the rucksack of shame or self-pity or blame, anger. No, you're in a place of thank you. Hi Carl, good to see you, man. Hi Jack. So you're in a great place. You say thank you, and then have a quick thought now for what you actually want. This is, again, we all think we want so much. I say we think we want so much, but what do we really want? Have a focus on what you feel deeply inside you want, and again, that will just give you the presence to then choose what you're going to do. It sounds extraordinarily simple, and it is. And the reason we don't do it is that we don't stop to think. We get off, and before we know it, we're in the chaos of the day, and we're looking at texts, we're responding to emails, we're looking at streams, we're answering streaks, or my kids do streaks on things. You know, we are in just the river of life, and we are just getting carried away with it. So just centering yourself at the start, and hiya Mark, and realizing what it is that you want will again influence this little incremental passage of decisions that you're going to be making, and before you know it, that's you up. That's it. That has taken all of a few minutes to put yourself in a place where you've started your day earlier, you've made your bed, splash your face, you've made your bed, you've done some breathing, you've put yourself in a place of realizing how lucky you are instead of anger or blame or shame. You then intend what you want, you feel what you want, and you've accepted it, and then go and get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea to get on with your day. But the first thing you want to do then is accept and knock down what it is that you've been putting off. This is a big one for me, and it's not so. I spoke about it the other day, replying to an email, and my friend coming back to me and saying I hadn't even noticed. It had been annoying me for months. So, you know, I'm got to practice what I preach here far more. This is not a game of perfect, but choose that one thing that you know you're avoiding. You know you're avoiding it. Just put it right to the top of the list. And do you know what? If all you do is this little morning practice and that one thing, your life will change. If that is a daily practice, you won't believe how quickly it adds up. Look at the Daily Do. We're already in day 17, and there's already a catalogue of things you can listen back to, and it will give you all this advice, and it will spur you on just to give you those little nudges that we all need, that instead of sort of sitting back and sliding slightly into the downward spiral, you just lean into it a bit, and you'll get on the upward spiral where it makes you realise that choosing small, courageous decisions one after the other makes a big, big change. So once you've knocked that big thing that you've been putting out off, once you get that out of the way, then that's you ready to just go with the flow. And this is another, I talked about it today in the Daily Do about, we can be better sailors, but we'll never be the sea. We have to accept that things will come our way that we don't want. Things are going to come in and, you're going to think, I hate that. God. If we wrestle, if we pick things up, if things come along, we want to pick it up and have a good old wrestle with it, reply and say, I think this, I think that, and and have you heard, and then phone someone, did you hear that, and did you see that person? If you want to do all that, welcome, and off you go, good luck, and I hope you enjoy feeling less than your best. However, if you don't, learn just to move on, let these things come, and watch how you can just sail round things quite easily. And I gave you some advice. Hiya Scott, good to see you. Hiya Scotty. I gave you some advice on this. This is all stuff that I've been taught, by the way. I'm in no position to do anything other than pass on what has been given to me and changed my life from various sources from all over the world. So the little technique I said, hi Christine, the little technique that I gave you, pots hot, drop, the story of the bear, go back again into the Daily Do and listen to this. So you've done your morning routine. You can watch this back, by the way. This video is going to be on Facebook, so you can go back and watch this if you've just joined us. Hi Leanne, hi Dan. If you've just joined us, you can go back. Hiya Christine. You can go back and listen to this on Facebook so you can catch up on it. But we've gone through the morning routine, and it's a short routine, it really is, but it's in the doing it. It really is in the doing it. It changes your entire mindset over a period of time. It's habit forming, and that is where real results in your life, in happiness, come from. I've certainly found that. So as I was saying, these are things that have been passed on to me, and once you're out in your day, going with the flow, try not to pick up and tussle and wrestle with problems. It's amazing how many times a problem will be dissipated just by describing it in your mind a different way. See it from a different perspective. Don't pick it up. Let it pass. And these are the things that, again, this is just instilling more and more contentment in you. So if you do, however, if there's something unavoidable, I get it often. I've got 3 young children and lots of other stuff going on. I'm a record producer and a songwriter and in a difficult industry. And just out and about in the normal daily world. So, hiya Peter, how you doing? A great one is, if something does come your way and you feel that horrible anger coming up and you're going to pick it up and wrestle with it, just remember that story about the bear that's on the Daily Do. Pot's hot. The bear picks up the pot, and all it knows to do is to crush anything that's attacking it. So of course the pot's too hot. It keeps squeezing it harder and harder and harder, and it's burning itself more and more and harming itself. That's like us with problems and anger. And really, it's extraordinarily powerful when you learn how to see it coming. You've picked up the hot pot and just go, pot's hot, drop, and walk away. Watch how that, you can actually feel, I can feel it even describing it. I can feel what it's like when there's something really getting on top of you, and you realise that it's not going to make any difference being involved. You don't have to think your way through it. You just let go. And when you just move away and sail round it, it's extraordinary how then, of course, you're not involved in it anymore. You're not spending your time. Thoughts become things. That whole idea that what you're thinking about comes. If you're thinking about that problem, guess what? You're spending the next 2 hours getting more and more angry about it. So after your morning routine and you've gone into the day and flowing, you've got your pots hot, drop, and that's really, really powerful. And then I spoke about Hi Yvonne, how are you? Good to see you. And hi Peter. I spoke about having the 4-7-8 breathing. Now, again, this is something that, I mean, my kids, they absolutely kill themselves laughing. Not that I do this, frequently out and about, but if they ever spot me doing this, and I'll show you a bit of 4-7-8 breathing for anyone who's not tried it. It's like immediately just becoming calm. It's kind of hiya Carrie Ann. Talking about 4-7-8 breathing here, and as I said, anyone that's joining us now, you can go back and watch this again later. It'll be on the Facebook post. But the 4-7-8 breathing, my kids absolutely kill themselves if they've ever seen it, but it's really, really powerful, this, incredibly, and it's great for me. I've had, like all of us, get nervous. I do a lot in presentations and mentoring and all this sort of stuff. Nerve-wracking studio sessions, anything where nerves can be getting on top of us to the point of anxiety. I had lots of anxiety. That's now all but gone. It certainly never feels like it's going to get on top of me. I'm not scared of. Don't have the fear of fear, and it's all come not from thinking my way out of it. It's all come from putting a place in me, building that solution of a different part of me that is just seeing the good in stillness, and finding that sitting in stillness with myself in the morning means that I've put myself in a place where my greatest fear of kind of feeling anxious and stuff doesn't exist. So it's a lovely way of having that as a backbone, having the peace and contentment as a backbone as you go through the day is extraordinary. It's been a life changer for me. So the 4-7-8 breathing, that's like you've got that in your top pocket. Hi Anna, lovely to see you. Hi Anna. So the 4-7-8 breathing, this is something I was taught, and it's incredible if you're getting worked up about stuff, and it's that feeling of someone you have to leave, or someone will go for a cigarette, or get home after the work in the office and have a glass of wine quickly, or whatever behaviour it is that we're doing to sort of comfort ourselves. This is an extraordinary way of just replacing that comfort-seeking behaviour with this 4-7-8 breathing. Like I say, my kids kill themselves if they've ever seen me do it, but it's just breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds, counting in your mind, breathing out, holding it for 7 seconds, and then breathing out for 8 seconds. Again, Google it. I think it's Dr. Andrew Weil that's the main proponent of this. I tried it again, kind of like, yeah, right, this is going to really do something. Breathing, holding your breath, and then blowing it out. What's that going to do? It does a lot. It's changed me, and believe me, from where I was waking up chronically anxious and self-medicating to the point whereby the anxiety was worse. If this breathing technique can work for me, it can work for you, I assure you. So it's in through the nose. I'm going to have to use my fingers because obviously I can't get it going. That's it. Do that 4 times. Do that 4 times. Some people, I know a friend, Carmel, was saying that she felt dizzy. It doesn't need to be long breaths. It's purely the increments of 4, 7, 8. So it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and no gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 to 8. So try that. This is a really, really powerful little tool. Flying, anytime that I'm in a situation where I think, not feeling my best, nervous, this 4-7-8 is really powerful. Like I say, you can go back and watch this. I'm going to have it on the Facebook page. I've got the jumpstart your day bit with you wake up, get up, use the Mel Robbins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if getting up's a problem for you. I now absolutely love getting up. Splash your face, make your bed, do your breathing, hugely powerful. Stopping and actually thinking of how lucky you are and how grateful you are, and it reminds you of all the lovely things and the extraordinary nature of our lives, and being in that headspace, again, kind of woo-woo, and the opposite for me was to not see any of that. So for me, it's not been a matter of it being woo-woo or airy-fairy, stopping and realising that genuinely how incredibly lucky I am to have friends, family, loved ones, nature, anything, a good cup of coffee in the morning. It can be anything. Just feel that. Think about your intentions for the day of what you want. That doesn't necessarily mean, it can mean anything, by the way. Some people, it might be a yellow Ferrari or something. It can be anything. It doesn't mean things. It might just be that you want a peaceful day. Mine's often not things. It's relationships and well-being and all that sort of stuff. So, but you choose your own. So you intend what it is that you want to achieve that day and where you want to be, who you want to be. I spoke also about, that thing of, if you're not feeling your best and you're not thinking like you're stuck, because this is real, isn't it? Otherwise we wouldn't be here. If you're stuck in that rut of being, less than your best, feeling less than your best, and it's tough to do when you're in that space, really tough to do when you're in that space, just imagine what your future self would have you do. Just go ahead 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long, however big the mountain is you think you've got to climb. Make the decisions based on what they would do. So use your future self to think, well, no, if I was feeling good, I would say no to that. Or if I was feeling good, I would go to that and meet them for a coffee, or whatever your little day-to-day things are. If you're feeling less than your best, use your future self, and then all you have to do then is get into a place where your behaviours are one little courageous decision after another, and it's from that, once you get that change, everything changes. So you can see how that is not sitting thinking about how you're going to change your life. It is the opposite. It's sitting and doing a daily morning practice. Hi Pete. It's sitting doing, good to see you. It's sitting doing a daily morning practice that instills some peace, sitting in silence with yourself. That means your decision making, you're more willing and able to make the decisions one after another. That just is the upward spiral. Just the upward spiral. And this is not, go get it. It's all of that, but it's not thinking it. It's not, it's doing this morning practice and then having these little tools. The pot's hot drop, the 4-7-8 breathing, which is hugely powerful when you're ever feeling a bit nervous. I have it with flying, not anymore, funnily enough. Surprise, surprise. But, anytime I get a little panicky, a little, flush of anxiety or panic, 4-7-8 breathing, gone. Just done, gone. The head can still be trying to hold you there. It can say, oh, no, but that's just gone. Next thing I know, I'm thinking, what do I fancy reading? So it's incredibly powerful. So, what happened with me was that I really went from, and again, I say this in the Daily Do's. If you don't know what this Facebook Live's about, by the way, it's about a little podcast that I started called The Daily Do, which just find it either on my Facebook page or Google Paddy Byrne The Daily Do. And I didn't know I was going to start it. Next thing I knew, bang, it's so unlike me. I used to not even like commenting on Facebook and things like that because of insecurities and my, again, overthinking and all of that. I got pushed into this. It felt extremely uncomfortable after the event, and in fact I knew it was right. It's that thing of, instead of thinking of all the people or situations where they might think, what the hell is he doing that for? Screw it, do it. The amount of stuff that I will have got wrong by not doing it is far outweighed by the stuff that will change or not be exactly perfect by doing it. Screw it, do it. I know, as soon as I get an authentic and instinctive thought that excites me, I can feel it, it's there, and it's in a flash of inspiration. I immediately start doing something that will enact on that I can act out on that. It's screw it, do it. I just don't think, and this is, again, a lot of you have been messaging me about this. This is this confidence of what other people, I know Phil mentioned it on Facebook. Phil, yeah, we all get this. Scott was mentioning it. Confidence, worrying about what other people think. Well, let me again, just talk from my perspective, and I'm 47 and I think, guess what? Screw it. Do it. Any of that stuff. I used to think I didn't care about what other people think. Well, I would have done a lot more things if I hadn't been worried about what other people think. So the evidence is there for me, and I want to make new evidence, and the best way to do that really is to push past the fear that would have you not do things because of what anyone thinks. By the way, when we talk about what other people think, look at that, because it can often just be one or two people, whether it be a parent telling you that you shouldn't be doing something, or you want to leave that job and change it. It's your family you don't want to tell, or whatever it is. Have a look at who it is and centre it and find out who is it that you're thinking is holding you back, or allowing you to hold yourself back, and then push past it. Just push past it. So with the confidence and the fear of what other people think, the only way is to retrain that and choose something that you're worried about what people do. Me doing this is a great example. This is my first ever Facebook Live. Would I have thought a few years ago, yeah, I'll happily sit there and do a Facebook Live and do a podcast and things? Absolutely not. But you know what? One little small courageous action after another, and here I am doing this. And the point is not, whoopee-doo about this. The point is doing something that isn't comfortable. Pushing yourself past that, screw it, do it, and the benefit and the growth is in the doing it. It's in the doing it. So I will have changed by doing this that will affect the way I work in other areas. And your fears are your limits. What you fear, if you don't smash through them, they are your limitations. And I lived within those limitations a lot without knowing it. If you want to lock yourself in metaphorically, don't challenge your fears. Don't challenge your fears, and guess what? You're in your little cage, and it might feel nice when you're in there, but the more you can just knock those fears out, knock them out, you're breaking out of those comfort zones, and again, there's worlds beyond you that you don't even know about if you haven't knocked those out. So I'm only beginning this little journey on the Daily Do of knocking things down that I feel uncomfortable about. But I know that it's right just in the doing it. And I hope that makes sense for anything that you're thinking about doing and having second thoughts or questioning. The damage of not doing it is probably bigger to you as a person in your heart than the damage of doing it. We often will back off doing something because then we think there's no effect. There is an effect. There's an effect in you knowing that you haven't done it. And that's downward spiral. And I want us to get on the idea and the reality of the upward spiral of choosing the one thing that's uncomfortable, hit it, get it out of the way, and there's another open day of being able to flow into the things that you're passionate about, you love, and that you can succeed in. And again, this is an ongoing fulfilling iodine, an ongoing one day follows the next day, and if each day is started with this morning practice, you'll be in a good headspace. This has been my experience. I didn't think my way into feeling better. I really did not think my way into feeling better. I found some stillness in me by following a daily practice in the mornings. All of this is in the Daily Do. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the time. It's 1:30, guys, at 1:34. So I'm going to wrap it up because I know you'll probably want to grab a sandwich and stuff. It's lunchtime, or you might have been hopefully having your sandwiches or whatever whilst watching this. But it's been fantastic. Thanks so much for joining me. And please do message me. I get back to you. If it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. So sometime I will get back to you all. So message me, either reply if you're subscribed to the Daily Do, just email that email address, just reply to those emails. If not, please do put comments under this, any questions or just anything you want to say, just if you're enjoying the Daily Do, what you think can be included, what you'd like to know more about, all of that stuff, all good stuff. And I hope you're having fantastic days, and let's just keep knocking it out one day at a time, and onwards and upwards, guys. It's great to have you on board at the Daily Do, and you'll hear me all tomorrow morning There's going to be some nice little video bits on Instagram later. These are just little daily refreshers, by the way. The Instagram videos, they don't replace listening to the Daily Do, which is the real practice stuff, but they're just shortened versions to give you a little bit of inspiration during the day. So great to see you all, and you'll hear me tomorrow on the Daily Do. Bye. See you guys. All the best. Bye.